Hi guys, Chef Haley here. Happy Monday. Today we're going to make one of my favorite ketchup recipes. It's a hot and spicy ketchup. To make this hot and spicy ketchup, you're going to need a few things. First, you're going to want to have a large stock pot, not filled with water, I guess through the halfway mark. You want to set that on the stove and let it start to get hot for the second process of making this ketchup. You're also going to need mason jars with lids and rings, as well as a wide mouth funnel. You're also going to need a metal bowl, a spatula. You're going to need a medium-sized sauce pot. The ingredients to make this ketchup consist of stewed tomato with the juices drained and held onto for later. You're going to need tomato paste, vinegar, sugar, Worcestershire sauce, bitters, cayenne pepper, cinnamon, celery salt, ground allspice, and salt. The first steps to make this hot and spicy ketchup, very, very easy. You're going to take your stewed tomatoes and just simply pour them in the pot. Next, you're going to take your tomato paste and add in as well. This stuff is already pre-measured. I did that before we started recording. And mind you guys, I'm making 4 times this recipe. This is going to be quite a bit of ketchup. Not from my house though, because my daughter Paris goes through bottles at a time like it's nothing. Okay. So now that we have our tomato paste and our stewed tomatoes in, we're gonna go ahead and add our sugar. We're gonna add all of the spices that I just named here. Your salt, your celery salt, your cayenne pepper, that sort of thing. You know, we're gonna add that in. Just right on top is fine. Okay. Next, we're going to add our vinegar. We're going to give it a quick stir. Whoops. Okay. We're just going to stir that around just so that all our ingredients are distributed evenly. After we've added the vinegar, we're going to go ahead and add that liquid from the stewed tomatoes that we reserved on the side. We're going to add that in. Just stir it around. Okay. So once we've added the tomato juice, we're going to go ahead and this is the Worcestershire sauce and the bitters in here together. Just going to go ahead and add that in. Okay, once we've added all our ingredients, we're going to go ahead and we're going to taste just to see where we are on flavor. I like that. If you thought that you were missing anything, hold off on adding if you can, because once this hits the fire, the flavors are going to marry and you'll have a different taste than what you taste the first time. So from what I just taste, it seems like we're on track, and I enjoy the flavors that I just experienced. So I'm going to leave mine alone. Everything is mixed in pretty well. Now I'm going to take this and put it onto a fire and bring it to a boil. We're gonna let it boil for roughly 25 minutes. We're gonna stir occasionally. And when we take it off, we're going to phase 2 of making this ketchup. Phase 2 of the hot and spicy tomato ketchup. We have just taken it off of the burner. It has boiled, not boiled, I'm sorry. We started out with a boil and then we turned it down to a simmer. We simmered for 25 minutes, stirring occasionally. Now that the tomato mixture is off the fire, we've poured it into a stainless steel bowl. And I have a immersion blender here. These you can find pretty much anywhere. This one has another attachment with it. It has a whisk. This was, I think, a Christmas gift from my wife a while back. But you're going to need a immersion blender. So we're going to take the immersion blender. Don't start blending until it's in the bowl. All we're doing is trying to break down the stewed tomatoes because everything else was pretty much liquidy. The paste was kind of thick, but we boiled that during our 25 minutes. So we're just going to break this down. Be careful with your immersion blender, because if you're blending and you raise up, everything that's on your blender is going to splatter all over your kitchen, your arms. You can possibly burn yourself. So just pay attention to making sure you take your hand off the button so that it'll stop before you take the blender out. Feeling around, I don't feel any really big chunks of tomato. You simply twist and it detaches from the motor. Really, really easy. So we just want to stir around a little bit just to make an extra attempt to get out any big pieces of tomato. Your sauce should look it shouldn't be runny, but it shouldn't be rock solid thick. It should have a nice thick consistency. It's supposed to look like ketchup. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in a minute. Okay, so this is what your tomato mixture should look like. No chunks of thick tomato in it. So once we've done that part, it's time to move into stage 3 of this tomato making. I'm sorry, of this tomato ketchup making. So part 3, remember I told you you were going to need a mason jar and a wide mouth funnel. So we're going to just take this. I'm going to pour it into the mason jars. My mason jars have already been cleaned and sterilized. Be careful for the popping. Okay. It's a mess. Okay. We're going to seal it, not tight, not finger grip like you gotta, You just want it sealed just enough so that the lid is on. You don't want to over seal it because the next phase, a part of this last phase, is it going into your boiling stock pot of water. And you don't want it to be too tight. So just finger tight. We'll set that one to the side. So this is a quart size mason jar that we've just filled. Remember guys, finger tight. Right there. There's just a little bit. Another important thing, you want this to reach the ring. It has to reach the ring. If you don't have enough, then you can't fill the bottle. If it was down here, we wouldn't be able to use this mason jar. All right. So, with this little bit left, I think I have a smaller jar, but I don't think it still won't be enough to make a full jar. So we're just going to leave this for right now. Next step, you're going to take your mason jars. This is my little tool. It's my little grabber. Take your mason jars and you're going to grab it, hold it at the bottom, and we're going to go and set it into the boiling water. So now we're going to take our mason jars and put them in the water as I promised. It has to be it should be covering the lid. A lot of our water boiled out, but I'm going to go ahead and add some more hot water, and you're going to let this go for 15 minutes, and then we're going to take it out. So now that I have added that top layer, more water so that it can cover the top of the ring. Whenever you're doing this, please be sure that it covers the top. So I went back and added more water. We waited our 15 minutes, and now it's time to take them out. This little tool is used to grab the top of the mason jars so that you won't burn your hand. The bottom will still be very hot, so just be careful. We're going to take it over to the table and allow it to cool. So the next step of our ketchup making is going to be, we've already taken it off of the burner with our little grabbing tool. We've let it cool down quite a bit. I just want to show you guys the consistency of this ketchup. It's not really thick, but it's not runny and thin either. It has nice body to it. It has a little chunkiness, like not as far as chunky in pieces, but hearty. You see how that looks? That's what you're looking for when you do your ketchup. I'm just gonna go ahead and add it into, it's quite still a little bit hot. Add it into the ketchup. Oops. Go ahead and twist the top on. And you can label these if you like I have my labels on my products. You can go ahead and label them. This is how you make hot and spicy tomato ketchup. The Chef Haley at 2020 offers a variety of sauces. Ketchup is one. We also are into a lot of salad dressings. This is a recipe that I came up with myself. It's the strawberry, lemon, and honey creamy vinaigrette dressing. And of course, this is our tartar sauce. I also make cocktail sauce. This is mayo that I make by hand. Sorry. This was the tomato ketchup that we made. So we had a quart-sized jar, and then what was this? I guess the half pint size, and then I think this are 8-ounce jars, if I'm not mistaken. 4 ounce, I think 4 ounce jars. But that's ketchup baking with Chef Haley. I enjoyed you guys on this nice old Monday. Be sure to tune in for all videos. Visit our website at www.thechef@2020.com. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.